Stork is an AI system that helps you to see what else needs to change when you change something in your software project. In real projects, changes often span multiple repositories, documents, and teams. Stork shows which tasks, docs, or other repositories may also need updates before things break. I'm going to show you Stork's ripple effect feature. This tool automatically generates impact analysis and action plans for changes that span across different features, repositories, and documentation. First, let's update this API definition. I'm updating this endpoint from artifacts into artifacts connection. And in many architectures, a change like this may impact multiple services like a front end, mobile app, backend, which are often stored in separate repositories without direct code dependencies. So I will commit those changes right now. And the second change is requirement change. Here is a spec for the ripple effect feature. It says that each generated action item for artifact should contain recommended actions, details, prompt, and task. And I also want to show the user who implemented change. Stork instantly traces both of these changes. It prepares an action plan with specific recommendation identifying exactly which project artifacts such as code, files, tests, and documents needs to be updated. This helps you plan your sprint without missing hidden dependencies. It's also a perfect way to create structured tasks for coding agents, providing them a list of isolated, specific, well-defined changes. Okay, so now I just refresh, and as you see, there are two new action items. Are just pending processing, and in a few minutes, I will get my action plans ready. Okay, now you can see that there are two action items actually ready, completed over here. First one is for API update, and the second one is for this requirement change. First, let's have a look on this requirement update. So as you see, it detected that structure needs to include user field right now to track accountability for changes. This is a list of artifacts that need to be changed. It contains actual file that is generating, so it is information about add user to metadata updates, for instance, for both methods, as well as front end, because we also want to display that. And that shows that this change of user adding this additional field would propagate very nicely across different components, all required components across the system. It has a short summary of the business impact that will give a context what may happen because of if those changes will not be implemented, technical scope summary, and all the details over here. So you have this recommended action, rationale, and the detailed prompt that you can just copy and either paste into coding agent or just create a Jira task for someone else to implement. They will have the comprehensive list of changes, the whole context, so it will be either very easy for them to work on this or for coding agents to process very isolated specific change, avoiding the unnecessary code changes. And now the second one, the API update. As you see, it's clearly marked that it detected that smart links need to implement new route handler, remove references to old route. So this is exactly what we wanted. And here is a list of all things that has to be updated. We have this smart links that need to be updated with current behavior required change, remove references, etc. So exactly the list of ripple effects of this single API change across the whole system, all the repositories, all the documentation, all the files, tests, everything. There is a front end over here, there's a back end, there are some processing, background processing agents, so everything including documentation and also additional use case artifacts in Jira. So everything across all the different components, all the different artifacts, documentation, code, everywhere across the whole system. Stork isn't meant to replace engineer or coding agents. Instead, it provides them with a comprehensive view of the entire project, that kind of tribal knowledge that usually lives only in the heads of senior architects.